Hey, good morning, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I hope you're doing well today. It is a Tuesday, and Tuesday night means we do our 8 o'clock Agile show. So we're going to do a show tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the United States. And it'll be live on YouTube. I'm going to try doing live on LinkedIn too. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, so this is some of the news, and I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And one of the things we're going to talk about today is risk. I thought this question the other day. I was listening to risk and investments and growing businesses and being an entrepreneur and all that kind of stuff. And I realized we work so hard to eliminate risk and quarterly planning PI reviews. And this is something management, high level management, should be asking their staff unless their company is totally risk adverse. But with a risk adverse company doesn't make any returns or grow in any exponential way. They get lucky. So we'll talk about that today. So again, I'm Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, where we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way so you can deliver value, get home to your family and friends, and have a little fun. Had a lot of fun last week. I got to put a video of Eddie doing a cannonball into the water. That's about risk too. So I'll post that up on TikTok, and we'll do that. And again, tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing our Agile news program, and so I'll be live, and then you might see me pop up today, here and there or something. I want to practice and see how I do LinkedIn Live in combination with YouTube Live. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, okay, so today's topic. You are in PI planning for quarterly planning or planning in general, where the high-level managers attend. And they're not going to attend your sprint planning sessions or whatever, but every once in a while it'd be nice if they did, actually, because they are stakeholders. So we work so hard at getting rid of risks to the point when I coach teams in PI planning, I want them to mention their risks. I get worried about teams that say they have no risk whatsoever, and for another reason. So there's two parts. When I get worried they have no risk, I'm like, have you studied your problem? Like, I was listening to something today. Risk takers aren't crazy people. Risk takers study the event, know what the risks are, acknowledge the risk, and do things to mitigate the risk, to boundaryize the risk so it doesn't cascade into ultimate failure. When people do not admit there's any risk whatsoever what they're doing, I wonder if they really understand their job and the risk that they're getting into. That's my question. And I get worried when there's no risks. I'm like, then what are you doing? Are you creating something new or just answering questions for people? And then people wonder why they don't get pay raises, because they don't take any risk and produce more product. So there is a little bit of risk of that. So let's talk about managers and risk. So all the investment guides, all the opportunities, the ones who make the biggest return on investment, yes, they have risk. They understand the risks. We're at a PI planning event. Managers should be asking the question, what risk are you taking this quarter? How are you elevating our game to the next level? That's a risk, right? Are you delivering a new product you've never done? Connecting software packages that have never been connected before in your company? Are you going into a new venture? What are you going into? Are you building a new house? Going to go build a house in a new state, new city that you haven't done before? That's a quarter growth plan. Without that being said, you're just going to grow at a steady pace if you're lucky, right? Because look at inflation, 7%. Inflation, if you're growing at 3%, you're actually going negative, right? So you need to grow a lot in these high inflation days. No way you can give you a raise because you're actually losing money because you're not growing more than the rate of inflation. So as a manager, we should be asking the question. We should be encouraging people to take risk, not dumb, irresponsible risk, but risk to deliver a bigger, better product. And this question should be coming out during PA planning. When the managers, their higher level managers are there, and no one, well, one, they should really bring up there's no risk. What do you mean no risk? What are you doing? Why aren't you taking risk? Why aren't we getting better? Why aren't we finding ways to produce this stuff quicker, faster, better? Because that would be a risk, right? Because you have to take some time away, work a little slower to work a little faster, as we talked about yesterday. So they should be asking, I'm looking for a little risk. I'm looking for something we haven't done before during a quarter to bump us up a notch. We're going to do all the steady state stuff, expand, get new clients, whatever. But what are we doing risk wise to achieve a higher level of return on the investment on our teams? And that is something that managers should be asking during PI planning. So the next time you do a quarterly planning or PI planning, feed that to your managers. This is the kind of question that, as an energy coach, I'm recommending that you ask as a manager. What risk are we taking to elevate the game in this organization? If there are no risks being taken to elevate the game in the organization, are you doing service to your company? Are you doing service to your customer? Are you doing service to your employees? I question that. So, not to say, and we definitely don't want to punish people if they don't make the risk, but if they don't push the envelope, I probably should do this in another episode. But there is something to gain for pushing the envelope to taking a risk that actually produces a higher productivity level in the employee, in the team, in the person. Without taking that risk, there's no goal, there's no energy to go higher and higher productivity. So I'll leave it at that. I'll talk about that more later, about how you need that risk. You need to push that envelope. So again, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, going to do the Agile News program. Going to try some things different. Going to take a little risk. Going to try to do a little LinkedIn. I might try to mitigate that risk. If you see me pop up on LinkedIn Live before the show, see how it all works with my software. You don't know until you try. I could study to death and never take a risk and never put a show on either. So maybe it won't work. We'll have to figure something else out. We'll see. I want to wish you a good day. Happy scrumming, and take it easy, and see you later tonight. Actually, I was going to say tomorrow, but we'll be back on tonight. Take care. Bye. See ya.